Let me wipe my glasses off. We're going to, I've got my glue gun heating up. I've got glue sticks over here in this mess somewhere. I'm going to make a fox-themed wreath. So if anybody joins in later or watches this after it's loaded and for everybody else, we're going to make a fox-themed wreath. I have a gray fox, oh my nose, I have a gray fox and an art foxtail. I have a fox sign, and then I'm going to make a pretty wreath. And I've got lots of different ribbon and leather. That's mostly jewelry makings. I have glue sticks here somewhere. Everybody file in and say howdy when you get here. And let's see, I don't have a fox jaw, but I do have these cut off antlers that we made drops and rattle dangles out of. Yes, that sounds weird, I know. Hi Clancy, hi Ashley. And so we're gonna put the cut off black-tailed deer antlers. I don't have a fox jaw, but I do have a raccoon jaw. So I'll probably put a raccoon jaw on there. I did confirm, David said the jewelry is up on his Etsy store. So if y'all want to go look at that, let's give everybody a minute to file in. Let's see, I have some prisms somewhere too. Oh, look at this. I got this basically to cannibalize it for parts. I got this a long time ago. I've needed to do a live for a while. Look, isn't that pretty? I'm going to cannibalize it for parts, man. Because I'm so vicious. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. I mean, I guess technically you could put a whole one in on something, but I'm going to cannibalize it for parts. Oh, Lord, y'all might be related. Hi, Serendipitous. How you doing? I have some pretty clear cut beads. Finding my words. I've got chicken in the oven too, so if you hear the chicken beep, I have to go and take it out. I've got some green faceted beads. I think I'm going to save those for my dream catchers. I'm going to make a trash pile somewhere. So if you hear the oven beep, I have to go check my chicken. Okay, here's another one of those. I got two of them. This one seems to be more pinky. Oh, look, it came packaged like... What's the necessary need in that? Okay, whatever. You know, whatever. At least they packed it nice. Let's just count our lucky stars on that one. Now, I brought glue sticks up here because I remember packing them up here. Clasps. Here they are. That's not the right one. Oh my goodness, that was heavier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, we've got turquoise beads, sea glass. Oh, that glue gun stinks. It hasn't been used in a while. I don't know what that is. We're digging through stuff. We're going to make a fox-themed wreath today. Those are necklaces. And I brought my glue sticks up here, and Lord knows what again. I brought everything up here. Let's see if I've got a little bit of feathers. I've got these two embroidery patches to do dream catchers in the end. Put them on the dream catchers and make them match. At least that was my mode of thinking. Let's see if I can put over here. I have too much crap in my crafting stash pile. Okay, let's see some of the stuff we got. I've got this ribbon, though I may change my mind. I've got the green ribbon I showed y'all a minute ago that's in here. I may change my mind. I may keep it for dream catchers. I don't know. We've got some, I call them pineys, but I know y'all call them peonies. I don't think I'm gonna use many. Got some baby's breath. I've got some more baby's breath in the bag. I've got some little roses. I think they're roses. I don't know. They may just be smaller tinies. I don't know, but they're smaller. I struggle being a girl. I can name like every bone in an animal's body, but it's hard to be a girl. Did they? I haven't been on Temu today. I haven't been on Temu. I'm not buying anything. So I wouldn't care to pay a little bit of shipping. How much are they charging? Well, it's about the color it was in high school when I showed limousine cattle because it was the same color as my heifer, but this is fake hair and this is my hair, but it's totally colored. As soon as I had a redheaded boy, he took my red hair and then I got dark auburn. I wasn't happy with it. I've got white ones, well, off-white. I love these. I love these things. Just the little, I don't even know what you call them. I think they call them dandelions or something. I don't know. They're not dandelions. How do I get into them? It's childproof. Is it sealed? Oh my God. It's like my first sealed bag. It's been in my craft stash for a while too. I'm too weak. Come on. Let me in. Thank you. Does that not work? No, it worked. Kinda. My scissors are like 4 foot away. Let me just grab them. Trip over my overhauls and look for my glue sticks. David may have thought I laid them out and I didn't mean to and chucked them somewhere. I made a mess the other day. I was going to craft them and I got sick and didn't craft. Okay. Trash pile. These. I love these. I don't know exactly what they are, but I love them. I love them. I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to have to check into that. I haven't been ordering much, and honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I've got these, but we're only going to use specific colors. I've got, ouch. I've got, like, the eucalyptus leaves. I think they call them begonia leaves. I've got some more leather. I haven't been able to go to the Mennonites. To the Amish leather store, Mr. Bowman's. So I'm just trying to get through on the last of what I have from him. And some scraps from Temu. They may be bachelor buttons. You know, I don't know. I'm going to have to find them and get on Temu and be like, what do they call these things? Well, let's see. Maybe I threw them in here. I do have some dried flowers. And these are some of the ones, except for the green one. The green one I got from my yard. These, and dried it. These are some of the red ones that are in that bracelet on David's Etsy. So if you've not gone to David's Etsy, it's a Hillbilly Heart Decor. And I have these. They're real too. I have real dried flowers. One from there, one from my yard. I have 2 packs of them. I've used this many out of this one. I've used almost all of this one. This is a suede velvet ribbon, leather ribbon. Fabric strips. Some of those red, we'll call them bachelor buttons. That's about the nearest thing I guess we've ever had. Hi, Valerie. Did you? I hope you got a good deal on it. I've got one more quilt top I need to have done that I'll put up for sale. And then I'm truly out until I sit down and sew. I like these too. These are, I mean, they're just pretty. They add a little pop in whatever you make, and I really like them. Making a trash pile. I have moss. Boy, I tell you what, I'm just a mess here. Finger protectors, so maybe I won't burn my fingers today. I'll burn them. Just wait. It'll happen. Get your drinks ready. Jewelry tags. That's nice to find. What in the world? Oh, that's my sawtooth hangers. What are you? I have lapis lazuli with me. That's weird. I thought I had my stinking... Oh, these are the prisms I have. You want to talk about pretty. Those are nice, man. Nice. Okay. I'm being weird today. Let's see. I have some pink. I was gonna weave with this, and then it got stuck in the bottom of my bag, and it's made a huge knot. We're not gonna clean that out right now. Doggone it. I don't know. I brought my glue in here. We'll just see how far we can get on this stick. I'm gonna have to tie some things in there, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so this is the grapevine wreath I have. It's totally repurposed. Bought it at a thrift store, stripped it, cleaned it. And everybody's like, how do you make sure there's nothing in it when you get it at the thrift store? I put it in the freezer for about a week. I put it in one of David's empty animal freezers. So it wasn't like my food freezer. I put it in a bag and put it in there, so like anything that was in there was killed. Because I'm weird that way. Okay, and I've got the Arctic foxtail. And I've got the gray foxtail. And that's a mid-plains fox. Ow. I'm going to fall out this chair in a minute. Be on the floor. And then I have this fox sign. My glasses are falling in my face. So this is what we're going to put on there. I love it when y'all get to know each other. Hi, Margaret. I like it when y'all have little conversations, get to know each other. It makes me happy. Ugh. Okay, so this is actually going to fit about perfect. Oh, there's a film protector. Well, butter my butt, call me biscuit. Hello, there we go. Okay, I guess it's going to have to go. If we catch something on fire. Ugh. Moss. I guess it's going to have to go down here so I can put the tails around. So we will figure it out together. I'm going to make a mess. Let's see. When my oven beeps, I will go check my chicken and then I'll be right back. So I'm going to put it here and kind of mock place stuff. So my tip is down. I hope I don't make it fall. Okay, so y'all can see what I'm doing. So I'm thinking about putting this here, kind of down here at the bottom. Going to put the tails. I'll get one of them, but we're going to put both of them kind of like up here on the side. I want to do sunflowers here and then sunflowers here. Oh, I guess I could do it in the middle. Okay, vote. Bottom, catty corner, or middle? That's what I need to just do. Vote. I got the Temu. I got the fox on at Temu. I got it last year. It's just been in my craft room. Bottom. Okay, we got 2 for the bottom so far. Mickey and Valerie say the bottom. I do kind of like the bottom swag. And then put the tails to where it cattywampuses and then do the flowers around. I think that would... I do kind of like that. I do. And we can use some leather cording to put it on there. And I'm going to use the dark leather. Whoa, don't fall, guys. Hang on. And then I will glue it in some spots too, but I want it connected in a few ways. Hello, Elizabeth. Coordination today would be a great, great thing. You know, it would be awesome. I am feeling much better when it comes to sinuses and all that stuff. My ears, I'm feeling much better. So, yay for me. Okay, let's do the bottom. I'm going to do this corner first down here so that I know how far I have to pull it up to make it kind of match. I may put a jawbone on this. I may not. We'll see how girly it looks when I get the flowers on. And if it looks super girly, I may not, because that means a woman may buy it. And Lord have mercy, we don't want to offend no women. If I don't take the time on Etsy to send you a message that says, well, I would have bought that, but you put a bone on it. And I'm like, that's kind of what I do. Kind of what I do. Just a little bit. Oh, me, oh, my. May have to weave this in. I don't know. May have to. I don't know. I don't really want to. may have to. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Let's weave this in. Let me kind of tip this so I can see. Hey, I'm over here. You like it like that, then kind of cattywampus right here? I like it cattywampus too. That's a technical term. That's a technical term. We'll hide it with some flowers. I just want it glued and tied just for security purposes. Okay, I'm going to tie it down here behind this. Oh, I've got stuff all over my lap already, and we haven't even just begun. Okay, tie that down here. You know, since I started crocheting, I count everything I do now. And I don't have to count anything when I'm doing most things, but I count everything I do now. It's annoying because I count stitches. Now I'm counting everything I do. It's kind of weird. It's really weird, actually. Okay, let me read. Hi, this is so annoying. It's like I'm a visitor in my live. Go through this big one back here. Kind of hiding these to where if they want to take it off, they can. They can, you know, but when they hang, they won't be readily seen. Hello, what was that? I dropped something. Okay, I can cut those off when I swap it. Oh, I dropped a prism. Scared the crap out of me, y'all. Okay, now then, I think the deer antlers may have to be buried in the flowers down here. Well, maybe one down here, one up here. I don't know. I was going to try to put as much nature in this thing as possible. Now, it's going to have to be sold at a physical place if David wants it, because it's going to be so freaking heavy from all the flowers. I am not at all fixing to tote this one around everywhere he goes. No, ma'am. And my little tail here is really small, so we're going to have to get creative. Okay, we Tiffany's back. I'm just mock putting things up right now. I do kind of like them together. But then again, I like them kind of around too. Let's do this. Oh, hang on. Now I would have to tie that if I did that there. Let's see. Let's do the gray here and the big one there. Nope, like it the other way. Like it the other way. Changed my mind. Luckily, these will glue really easily. Okay, I do like those up there, and I think if we put a deer antler, it's going to have to be down here nestled in this gap with flowers. It'll have to be tied and glued, but, you know, we can make it happen. I am the doer of impossible deeds. I had one of my old parolees reach out to me today, and oh, I'm getting filthy. And sadly, his mother was murdered 5 years ago. And the people, oh, hang on, I'm talking to y'all. Let me put it on me for a minute. Sadly, his mother was murdered. What is that? Sadly, his mother was murdered 5 years ago. And I ain't used to this hair piece yet, so we're gonna have hair fixings till I get used to it. And as I have my stack of books earrings on. Yeah. His mother was murdered 5 years ago. I don't really match you. Anyway, story time. Sadly, his mother was murdered 5 years ago, so he's now on the other side of a whole event, being basically a victim kind of in his own way, losing his mom to a heinous crime where he used to be the crime doer. So he's finally getting to see this from the other side, which is educational, been good, but kind of sad at the same time. I'll get it in a second. So he called me because he was like, they said they would yell at me before this guy came up for a parole hearing. The lady's going to get like 75 years, but she's not going to be able for parole. So like 55 years. That's good. The guy, they only gave 25. Anyway, he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger, but he was with her, aided her, and I'm surprised they gave him that little. Hi, Sal. And he said, they said they would contact me for the parole hearing, but I want to make sure they don't overlook me. And he said, I want to make sure that I get stuff in and that they don't like try to sweep this under the rug. And sometimes the parole board will pull one up and they think they're just going to continue it, let them do more time. They'll pull it up and then someone will change their mind. And then lo and behold, they'll get a release that they didn't think they were going to get. And then they didn't have the victim and the victim impact coordinator didn't bring the people in and they didn't have a say. And let me get my chicken. So think on that for a minute. How would you feel in that scenario? My overalls, it's like chewing gum. They just got bigger all day long. I hear you. You may stop fussing. Oh, smoky. I stained my glasses up, y'all. Oh, that's looking good. Okay. I'm okay with that. That's looking good. Okay, we'll do that for 30 more minutes. Oh, I have made a mess in the floor. Okay, let me get me in my gigantic overalls in here. Okay. So, the other guy's going to get a shorter sentence. Well, they've thought about bringing him up already. And he was like, I don't want them, if they do this, I want to make sure I have something on file in the docket. They have to contact me. They know I want to be contacted. And he was like, I'm not getting a lot of contact from him. And he said, do I need to contact the court? I said, well, sadly, the only person at the court that can help you is the victim impact coordinator. And all she's going to do is send it to the parole board. But what I would do if I were you to make sure that you have backups is I would contact the parole board, send a statement, make sure you have their TOMAS numbers and identification and docket numbers. That way they'll apply it to the docket. Whether you're there or not, it will get entered into the record. I said, then I would send one to the victim impact coordinator at the county where the crime originally occurred. And then I would send one just to cover all bases to the district director for TDOC because they're kind of a liaison for the Board of Probation and Parole, or the Board of Parole here, because they split about 12, 13, 14 years ago. And I said, they'll also jump in and make sure that it gets to where it needs to be. I said, that way you've got two safeties just in case. Now, it should be that whoever's IPO of that jail or whoever the prosecuting officer is should go back for the parole hearing and try to keep them in and make sure that the family knows and is there to give a statement as well, the victim's family. But we can't always expect the officers to do that. And I used to be one of them, and I was like, I don't know why y'all don't do the right thing. Hi, Lady Cats. And pull my overalls up. It's hot in here. And so I am hoping, I got him all the addresses and stuff, and I'm hoping that helps him. And he's been doing he's been doing great. You know, he got off successfully off parole, is doing great. The only thing I could not get to occur was the original counting of charges would not nil out his court cost, even though he basically flattened his sentence. And when they come out on parole, they're supposed to take, before almost 2 years ago, they were supposed to flatten the court cost. The only thing they had to pay was restitution to a victim. And they changed that. Now they're trying to go back for people that were paroled 20 years ago and say, oh, no, you still have court charges. And I'm like, no. Only the people paroled since the law changed. When I see crooked people in positions of power, it makes me so mad. So I've helped several go in and get court dates to rectify that through the judge. And I told him, I said, you may have to as well. So he may tackle that hurdle too. But he's going through this now as a victim instead of an offender, seeing the court process from the whole other side. And it's opened his eyes a whole lot. Of course, he's been doing really great for a long time. But he is also frustrated with the criminal justice system. Courts are money. You rent the courtroom like you rent a surgical suite. And people don't understand that. So, but he's seen it from the other side now. So he's kind of like not really enamored with it. And I'm like, hey, dude, I understand. I'm not enamored with it either. So let me see if I can tack this down just a little bit. I don't need to do too awful much. I've got Gorilla Glue on this puppy, so I don't have to do too awful much. Once it sticks to something, it'll be there for a while. Boy, this glue gun. Well, I haven't used my glue gun in a while. I've just been weaving and crocheting, and it stinks. Okay, I just kind of want it to stick. Now I'm gonna put this tail on first because I want the tip of it under the other one. Oh man, I need to go find my glue sticks. I had them. I swear I brought them up here. I may have dragged them back to the house with me and set them somewhere. I meander through this house when I'm getting stuff ready to craft, and I may have just meandered and left them somewhere. I'm bad to do that. Does anybody else meander when you have your arms full and you just leave stuff everywhere and you're like, crap, I set that down in the other room? That's me. Every time I start trying to get craft stuff together, that's me. Okay, I've got the little gray one on. I'm going to put the Arctic one on. This is such a beautiful tail. It's such a beautiful tail. The other one I had, I made the Christmas ornaments with the Arctic fur and the glass ornaments, and then made them look like reindeer. There are a few of those on David's Etsy for sale still. I've got a couple of Christmas stuff on there because I had them left over, and I thought, somebody might want to get ready early. I didn't put my finger protectors on. Watch me burn myself. I look like a little bookworm. I mean, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Okay, I'm going to glue this one down. I'm trying to go easy on the glue. So if I know I don't have to leave and go find my glue. I don't know where it is. I thought I had it in here. I had some of the other in here, but it's the wrong size. Let go with me. Okay. Turn this around so I can get the top of it done. Because I want it to kind of lay over. Oh, I'm already down to here. That doesn't bode well for having some left over, does it? Okay, hang on. Let me squish it for a minute. Well, Ashley, if you saw my little video earlier, they approved monetization. Let us be monetized for like 2.5 months. You have to get to a certain level of money before they can issue a payment. We got to that level of money, and then all of a sudden they said, oh, wait, your AdSense has 2 accounts. You need to delete an account. I said, I only have 1 account. I've only ever done this once. And they said, well, we can't issue a check if you have 2 accounts. I said, I don't have 2 accounts. I have 1. Well, we went back and forth about this for about 15,000 years, it felt like. And so I was fussing with him, and I was like, I'm not going to close the account because it says on the contract, if you close the account, you zero out your balance. And if I don't have AdSense, you can't issue me a check. I'm not closing my account. That makes sense that I would. I was fussing with him. Well, guess what? It's like yesterday, the day before when I was sick. They zeroed out the account. So there was basically, we were not coming to any kind of agreement. And the only avenue I had was to close all my accounts and start over. I only have 1 account. I don't know where they're getting to their head. I have 2. I've only ever done AdSense once. And David was beyond mad because there's been a lot of trapping channels shut down because liberals get on there and go, it hurts my feelings to watch this, little titty babies. I just want to tell them all, push right here to break suction off your mama's bosom. But I don't do that. I'm nice most of the time. But they go on and they get a page and they hate it and they start whining, sending emails, being buttholes. And YouTube will say, oh, well, you're causing such a issue that we're going to say you violate our community standards and we're going to shut you down, even though what they do is legal, regulated by the federal government, and necessary in large rural areas. And so I told them that I felt that this was theft by deception because they monetized me. Everything was fine. Y'all were giving money to the creator of the channel thinking it was going to go and end up in North Carolina. And then they zeroed it out. They kept the money because they didn't issue it to me. You have to have, the AdSense has to be before they said my AdSense was not, and they can't issue me a check. So they kept the money. There's this theft by deception. They're not happy with me. I'm not happy with them. David's not happy at all. He's like, this is too much of a butt ache. And I'm like, I know. But I'm determined at this point to keep going, and I'm like, just hang in there, hun. It'll be okay. Just keep making your videos. It'll be okay. And so I'm being a little legal butthole and trying to let them know you can't bulldoze everybody. And it's really like I was so mad I ended up with a headache the other day over it. I was tipped. Okay, I killed my glue gun. This is where we are right now. So it'd be like this. And I'll finish gluing that and pinning it and fluffing it. Now what we're going to do is be like that. I'm sorry. Now what we're going to do is put flowers down here and flowers above. So right here and right here. And I may just kind of place them until I can find my glue. I do like these pink, but I don't know if it's going to go with the fox. I think the green will go better with the fox. So yeah, Gypsy, now you know how YouTube makes all its money and why it's so hard for people to monetize and make money, because until you get a certain bracket, they won't issue a check. You have to make so much money before they'll issue you a check. Well, I was making money. We got above the bracket. As soon as we reached the bracket, oh wait, you have a problem with your AdSense account. Well, that's funny. I've not had a problem till now. You approved it. Oh, you actually have two. No, I don't. And I said, when I go into accounts, I'm only showing the one. Well, you need to close your other one out. I only have one. If I close it out, it zeroes out the account and you keep the money. I'm not willing to do that. So they thought there was no resolution, only conflict. So they stopped. They zeroed out the account. Y'all can imagine how I feel after. Oh. And we had I posted pictures in the post section on the community page, so you can see how much we had earned while they had let the ticker run. And now you can see it says 0% when it compared to the last 28 days. Well, no crap, YouTube, you took away my monetization. So I just went ahead and closed out the account since they took the money, and I'm going to start over. And I told David, I said, just don't freak out yet. I said, we'll get there. Right now, it's just a battle of wits. Yeah, they take like 30% anyway, but we had reached where after they took theirs, we had reached where we were still going to have probably about $112 left to divvy out. And we were hoping to send most of it to the that farms, Deep River Farms, because he's been doing some really good work for the people of North Carolina. I get a lot of information from his page or the Presley Girls page. And so David was just like, this is too much trouble. And I said, David, honey, don't give up. That's what they want you to do. They want you to give up. They want this to be too much trouble. So I'm determined to not let it be. But it's very frustrating. Okay, we're going to use these, but I also want to use these big ones. But I can only use a couple of these because I don't want it to be overwhelmed. Oh, look at that one. That looks like a butterfly bush in there. Isn't that pretty? Or lilac. Well, Mickey, I appreciate that. And the only reason I'm still on YouTube is between me and Sabrina, we decided I would be the last little beacon of hope out here in YouTube land to cart people over to the other platforms and to keep going. And I'm thinking about just doing like a duality with David, and just when I post one, post it on another platform too. It makes a whole bunch of work, and I don't know if he would ever sit down and do it himself. It would be up to me on my healthy days to do it for him. But I'm thinking that might be something I want to look at doing. Because I don't think me and YouTube are going to get along very well. And I want to. I'm trying to follow all the rules. It's just very frustrating. It's just very frustrating. And I just see a little greasy felon when I think about what they did. That's just all I see is I'm like, oh, that's how you get money? Okay. Okay. But David's got a hunting and trapping channel that he watched a lot, and they just recently shut him down. They just basically said people are coming to us and they don't like your channel and we're tired of listening to them. And he's not disrespectful to the animals. He doesn't show the gory details in his trapping. He's got a very educational channel. You know, and that's all these things are. It's educational to show people a different way. Come back here. Show people a different way of life and a different skill set. And, you know, and every time we post a trapping video, I'm going to bash my toe in here in a minute. I always have to delete a comment or two from some idiot, you know, and they don't understand. You know, they think if you just leave the animals alone, they'll all live in harmony. Works really good for humans, don't it? And they don't understand anything about conservation and balancing numbers and land, what it can support, what it can't. And yeah. I'm not on Facebook, no. David's got the Hillbilly Furs page, and that would be completely up to him because Facebook is not my favorite place. And I'm never on it, honestly. I get on Messenger to check up with people, but I hate Facebook. There's a little 20-year-old boy in this county that's trying to bait everybody into political arguments in our area. And I told him, I said, son, if you were a dog, you'd run trash every time. I said, you do not have enough lived experiences and education to be making these calls and to be provoking people. I said, can you not just learn to be nice, have nice conversations, and live a little bit before you jump on this hate train? And he is, and then he thought he was going to attack me, and I just sent him a message, and I said, I am not the person you want to F with. And he stopped. I said, I gave you really good advice. I said, if you don't want to take it, you don't want to take it. I said, do not start with me. Supervised murderers for a long time. Don't want to deal with you. I know, and they're also soaking plants when they grow them in basically a DNA bath. It's got they grow the plants because plant cells can't hold as much as meat cells, so they actually grow the plants in a meat cell soup, basically, so that the plant cells can absorb different things and hold more things. Well, you can imagine what they're putting in the plants. But now I heard that Mr. Swoopy Hair Dude is going to, the big orange man is going to make certain things illegal. Going to ban them unless they've been through appropriate channels. But did you know that anything with the everybody was saying this is not made like the polio, this is not made, and it was not, because it's not and the ABHA, you have to call and code on this freaking channel, they actually released reports that, oh no, it's actually gene therapy. Sorry, you caught us, but they're not publicizing that. So if y'all watched the Jillian Michaels interview with the PhD lady the other day, she laid all this out, and I'm like, yeah, serendipity. I was in that mood. I was like, don't you do it, son. Like when those hogs would raise their tail and start pawing at the ground, I'd be like, oh, you better not charge me, you heifer. And then here they come. That boy, what happened was, about a year and a half ago, his father passed away unexpectedly. His dad had a very rough life. He had finally gotten sober and clean, but not until the damage to his body has been done. And he was diabetic, had bad kidneys, and had a bunch of issues from the drug use. And his dad passed away suddenly, went in a coma and passed away. The boys did not keep up with him. They did not find him until he'd been dead for a little while. And it sent him in a tailspin. He will not accept anybody's help, anybody's condolences, anybody's empathy, but he wants to be mad at himself, therefore he has to be mad at everybody else. And he will not process these emotions, and he will not stop entertaining these anger episodes. And if he's not starting an issue with somebody else, then he has to deal with himself. And he's totally trying to not deal with himself right now. And I'm like, buddy, you're going to hit yourself smack at 95 miles an hour one day, and you're going to have to deal with it. Better ease into it than hit the concrete wall. But he won't listen to anybody. Frankenfood. Yes, it's Frankenfood. I hope RFK Jr. does something as well, because they were on a way to put it in everything and not have to disclose anything. Like, if you don't read the labels, you wouldn't have known. If you don't read the studies, you wouldn't have known. Mickey, I'm there. I like to work in the garden, but David will put one out, which he plans every year and put one out. He's wanting to put one out again this year. We helped with Mom and Dad's last year because I was down there, and it just made more sense, So we took some corn and stuff out of their garden. But he wants to put one out this year, and I'm like, well, if I'm here enough and I'm able, I'll help, but I don't know how much help I'll be with my body. And it's frustrating to not know if you're going to be useful or not. It's irritating as crap, because I used to be a big glorified Amazon, and now I'm very domesticated, and it's frustrating. I was out there hog hunting and meat processing and doing taxidermy, and now I'm like, if I have a good day, I'll help you. I am the girls that irritated the crap out of me now. Oh, Valerie. See, I think it's very therapeutic and soothing. I've already got my seeds squared away, Leva Cats. I'm going for a blue sunflower. I'm going to get one before I croak. It's going to happen. I'm determined. For 3 years, I have planted what is supposed to be blue sunflowers. I ain't got one. I've got pink, I've got blue, I've got dual colored. I've got them all separated out. I just need to get me some Mongolian dwarfs. That's the thing. I need to get me some Mongolian dwarfs, and I want to get some of the skyscrapers again that I had that first year Sabrina visited. And I want to get me, get in there, and I want to get me some just regular mammoths. I don't know when David's coming home, so if he pops in, y'all will see him when I know he's home. That's, he does his own, I don't know where he is. I think he's with his brother. I think he's with his brother. I don't know where he is. I don't worry about him. I had another one of these. Story of my life. I start crafting and I'm like, where the crap did it go? Where the crap did it go? Oh, I used to, most of y'all probably heard this, but I used to, when I worked at that juvenile camp, I had a little boy from Russia that was there. I loved him. He was only there because the people that adopted him didn't want to deal with him. He was not bad. He was a good kid. But he had a heavy, thick Russian accent, and he would crack me up because they would sing songs at the community meals. And of course, he's Russian, and you ought to have heard him sing to Hoke Poke. And when he got mad, he would go, "What the crap?" And I would crack up. I adored him. He adored me. I would have taken him home and put him in the herd and been like, "You just mine now." He was a sweetheart. Hang on, my little muscles ain't doing this today. And but when he got mad, he'd go, "What the crap?" And I swear, for now 20-something years, I have said, "What the crap?" every time I get mad. And I think of him, and I'm like, "Oh, I miss him." I would have adopted him and been like, "You're just mine now. You're just mine." Let's see, what kind are they? Last year they did not do very well, but I wasn't here. I got them planted in hopes, that they would do okay, but I wasn't here enough to make them as healthy as they usually are. But the blue ones here, Nort Moms, that I put out, because I was down there, I just put stuff out there too. Never saw a blue one. Never. So I've got 2 or 3 different kinds of blue ones from 2 or 3 different sources now. If I don't get a blue one, someone's going to have to explain this crap to me. I want a blue sunflower. I've got a dual one, a dual color too. I can't remember if I got the blue and pink or the pink and yellow. I can't remember. But I got a dual colored one. Okay, I'm trying. Hang on. We're getting there. Okay, this is where we are right now. Hang on, I got to do it the right way. This is where we are right now. I'll probably put a couple just in the fur a little bit but I have to do a lot of add-ins. That's okay. I don't mind to do that. I don't care. I'm just trying to see where I want to put everything. And I think I would like to have this. If I could get it to tie on. Oh, I need more hands. I'd like to have this like right here somewhere. If I could get it to tie on. I don't know if I can or not. I have a jaw too. It's just a little raccoon jaw. But I don't know if it would look right on here. It would probably freak somebody out when I've got more pretty stuff. So I freak a lot of people out with my arts and crafts. But that's okay too. Maybe they need to be freaked out. Lord have mercy. Uh-oh. We lost a flower, but I have leaves. Let's reconfigure. Oh, will I be able to get you back on? Probably not. Dang it. Okay, we'll glue you to the thing. Sure. I need music on YouTube music. Here you go. Did y'all hear my Google thing? Hey, Google, stop. I don't know what I said, but she was like, sure, here's music on YouTube or Google Music. Or I was like, ask her awful questions sometimes just to see what she says. Y'all do that? Please tell me y'all do that too. David sometimes is like, Elizabeth, and I'm like, I just wanted to know. Don't you ever get curious? I get curious about a lot of things. Oh, we've got, I'm going to call you awareness. I don't know. Probably just trolling. Trolling. Chat bias, you're trolling. I could finish the song, should I? I want to put one flower up here. Okay, we're getting there. Now then. Excuse you, you fell. And if I put eucalyptus, it will be sparingly and specifically placed around the outside edge. Around the outside edge. Y'all, if y'all had to live with me, and like I've spent a lot of time with Gypsy and Sabrina, they will tell you that whatever I think normally comes out of my mouth. And my whole life, I've been big enough to back it up, so I have never edited myself. But I'm even more vocal now than I used to be. I'm of the mindset that if you think it, you might as well say it. But like if I have a beef with somebody, I want to specifically tell you why we have beef to see if there's a conflict and a resolution. You know, because that's two things that have to be had if there's going to be a resolution. And I hate it when people will not tell me while they're mad at me. They'll tell everybody else, they won't tell me. If I'm mad at you, I'm going to tell you specifically why I'm mad at you. And then we're going to try to work it out. And if we don't work it out, well, crap. We just don't need to be around each other. There we go. Let me add these in here. I only think I have one more wreath, and I've got some more flowers hid somewhere. Every time I put flax out, it dies. And like it should be the creepy crawler. And it should be just like that other creepy crawler that I put out a lot. And every time I put them out, they flipping die. And I think it's because we have such loamy soil here. I honestly think that's what it is. And they have a hard time with the loamy soil, with the drainage and stuff. So I've gotten to where I don't even try them anymore. Although I love them. My mother-in-law has tons, and I sometimes get some from her and try it again. The only thing that grows here that I hate, my mother-in-law, one time I told her I would like to have one of her trumpet vines, but now trumpet vines turn into small trees, and you better want them where you put them because they're going to be there forever. And she thought she'd bring some and not tell me and plant them in my front garden in front of the porch. I can't kill them to save my life. I cut them back. I've salted their roots. I cannot kill them darn things. So every year you'll see them crawl up onto my porch and I have to kill them 50 times. I know. I think it's because we have such loamy soil and it drains so much that they don't do well here. And it's way up in the middle of the front yard and I'm not about to drag a hose up there. Ow. I've been wounded. Right where I had a splinter in my finger the other day, too. Everybody's against me. I had to clean the stove door today. You talk about a job you don't want. I spent like half an hour scrubbing the stove door. I didn't get it all the way clean, too, but I can't take it off and use the chemical cleaners until I'm going to have 3 days where I'm not going to have a fire. And so that's going to have to wait. So I just give it a lick and a promise. Might as well use all these. I only have 2 more left. What's your favorite music to listen to while crafting? I like to listen to Chris Ledoux when I craft. What is that one? Hang on. The Ride by Chris Ledoux. That's one of my favorite songs. I had to sing it in my head to get the line to know what the name of it was. I like his old stuff, like when he used to sing stuff like Strawberry Roan and stuff. I love the old stuff too. I like to listen to Chris Ledoux. Now, I'm a big like metal you know, and I like Queen, and I like some hard metal, like Tool and Disturbed and Promise. I will get some weird music going sometimes. And but now I will always, like, if you come into my house and there's bluegrass going, I'm cleaning. If you come in, there's country or Crystal Lady or something, I'm normally crafting. And if you come in and there's metal, I'm trying to cope with a bad day. Oh, my chicken's done. Hang on, let me stick this in here. Now, I'll go back and glue all these when I have a minute. I just want to kind of get them all placed and see what they look like. I think I need one more whopper up there. Okay, this is where we are now. Isn't that pretty? Add some ribbon and some eucalyptus in the back, and maybe one more punch of color, but I don't know what it should be. Yeah. Boy, I've got a trash pile going. Maybe the pink will look okay. Maybe oh, they're all different colored. I don't like that. I thought they were like separate colors. I don't like that. Reevaluating. Vision Quest was a good movie. I mean, it was okay from a retired parole officer. The whole time I watched it, I was like, how old is he? Did she just commit an offense? Is she a foul? Should we be concerned about this woman? Should we maybe track her last 2 years and see if there's a trail? But from just like a movie standpoint theme, it was a good movie. It's a good movie. I do that with books too. I'm like, oh, that book had a little bit, then I'm like, but it really had some good thought-provoking, you know, but I'm like, oh, but it's because I used to supervise those people. Yeah, this fur's real. My husband is a trapper tanner. We live in Appalachia, and he's currently working, he's currently working on a farm that had so many nest predators the land is dead. So the TWRA and the Fed level, the state and the feds, are actually invested in this land, trying to get the wild boar to stop just eradicating the good soil, trying to get the nest predators numbers down so that we can get some nest predators, some turkeys, some birds back in there, so we can get some insects and honeybees and get the land alive again. And we've been working really hard on this land for 2 years. And so he traps and hens there. Basically, that's the only place he's trapped this year. And he's dedicated it's his mission to get this land back in order. So that's all he's done this year. He's got another farm in the neighboring county that's wanting him to come over there, but it's with everything's going on this year. It's just been too much of a burden to travel over there and do it. And this land is so sick, he's just invested in this land. So I thought he was cute too. I think Matthew Modine is cute too. Okay, I've got to get my chicken. Hang on. It's going to keep screaming until I get over here and do it. Oh, I stepped on something that hurt. Okay, stop beeping. Honest to Pete, I think it could go 20 more minutes. I'll put it on for 10. I'll put it on for 15. Okay. There's that other flipping flower. It was on the floor underneath me. Of course it would be. I have another thing of white flowers. I guess I could put some... I got my overhauls. They're like chewing gum. They just get bigger and bigger and bigger as the day goes. I guess I could put some more of the bigger white flowers in here. I reckon I could. I've got quite the trash pile going over here. My poor glue gun. It's so sad. When I go back to glue, this is going to take me 10 years to get it all glued down. I don't like to use a whole lot of glue unless I know it's like it's going to be traveling or something. I'd rather use a little bit of glue so if they want to like get it, use it, and then like repurpose it, they can get the crap off and repurpose it. I don't want to like somebody, you know, make somebody get a wreath that they can't use in a different way. I like to revamp them every once in a while. If I have a craft that doesn't sell, I'll bring it in and completely restructure it. That's... And then take it back out. Try again. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to space out where I need the fluff. The fluff. Yeah, that's already got white up there. Hang on. this up here. I think I'm going to put some of those white flowers in here too. And then I think if I put some eucalyptus, it'll look about right. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Thank you. Now, stay in there where I want you. Okay, we're going to put some more of the white flowers in here, I think. Okay, we're going to put some more of the white flowers. So we've got a little gray foxtail up here. We've got an Arctic foxtail here. I think I'm going to put some white flowers around this tail, just to kind of beef up this tail because this one's so big. Might put one up here and this one to hide the part. And then sprinkle them around the inside. But I've got to figure out where to put this antler that I about dropped on my foot. This one's bigger. It might wrap around better. I don't know. It might. Yeah, it might. We could potentially put both of them and just make it heavy, but since it's going to probably be local or I'm going to use it, who cares? Will it work if I do that? And I don't care if the butt end, I don't care if this end of the antler shows. I just don't want the sawed end. We sawed these off to use them as rattles on my native rattles. And I'm trying to get hold of an authentication program for Native American art. Oh, that's my fingernail. For my ceremonial hide to try to get it, at least know more of what I've got. I love that thing. I've got it hanging in the hallway. It takes up the whole goddamn hallway. I mean, it's huge. It's huge, but it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it. I had more leather. Where'd I put it? I need 2 kitchen tables, one to craft at and one to eat at. I need a bigger house. I want to clean it. I don't need a bigger house. I thought Matthew Modine was adorable. I really thought Matthew Modine was adorable. And what's the other guy that was in the Molly Ringwald that had the chiseled face that was in the first Stargate movie? What is his name? I thought he was cute. I thought he was pretty, and I never could. I'm gonna put a gathering knot in this, make it look prettier. I never understood why everybody thought he was ugly. I thought he was just cute as he could be. Now fold your string over your leather. Now maybe this works. This is the grippy one. I hope it works. And you just make a little loop like this, and you lay it down, and then you're gonna wrap it this end and go back to this end. And I don't want to wrap it a whole lot, but I need enough to pull on to do the gathering knot. And I don't know, this leather's the grippy kind, so we'll see if it'll tighten up and do it. Used to, I could use some leather cement whether it wanted to tighten up or not, but I'm going to loosely wrap it and then see if I can pull it tight. You got to see me crochet. The faces I make when I crochet, it's flipping hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious. I look like I'm taking my SATs again or something. It cracks me up. Then when you come around, the little loop that you have left over, you put your string through it. And then when you pull on this one, it pulls that one underneath, and then you catch the very end of it and you pull it tight. But I can't pull very hard on this because this is that velvety. And it's just wrapped instead of just plain. It's got one little knob showing. That's okay. And it's just wrapped instead of plain, and then you cut it off. And then that way I can tie a loop and then feed it in without it looking like it's been tied, tragically somewhere, So then from the front, after I wrap another one to pull it to the back, it'll look like that in the front, and it won't look so messy. Isn't that? I think Matthew Modine's adorable. Actually, that's all it is. And every time I craft, I'm like, man, I made a huge mess. But there is no way for me to craft and go through the process without making a huge mess. I don't know about this hair yet, y'all. I don't know. I mean, it's a good match. I got a good match. I'm just not for certain. Maybe I need to put it in a bun or something. I don't know. I'll make peace with it eventually. Now I'm going to wrap the other end so I can tie the other end. It won't look crappy too. Ow. And I wouldn't ever trust not gluing this. Or not tying this, just gluing it, because it's just too heavy. It is just too heavy. So I'm going to do the same thing. I've looped the end. I'm going to lay it down right here. I'm going to do right in the bend, kind of. And then I'm going to wrap. And I'm going to go up the antler and try to keep it fairly straight. It will pull a little bit together, but I'm going to try to keep it fairly straight. I hear vehicle. I don't know if it's Dave. I'm pretty sure they went out to look at hogs on. They were going to stop and talk to that farm owner. He's been gone for quite a while. Yeah, it sounds like he's here. Sounds like. I'm going to try to wrap this one on in. Okay. Put it through the little loop up here. And then pull your other one. Hold on, Winnie. You kind of have to help it with this leather. You kind of have to help it pull it taut, but you know. But then you can put a loop around it and tighten the back without it looking like a complete absolute mess. So now we've got it wrapped, and we can add a tie loop and bring it to the back without it looking like it's absolutely a mess. It just looks a little nicer, just a little, not a whole lot, a little. That way if people do look, they'll be like, oh, it looks finished. It's not. Now, where did I put that there? Okay, I have to use these for certain things, and for certain things I can't. It's a pain in the butt. Okay, let me catch up. No, she actually never really stays there much. She's only there every once in a while because she decided that I wasn't somebody that she could do her dope next to. So she evacuates the area to go and do that now. Yeah, he's on the back porch. That's Dave. That's Dave. Now I'm going to push this down, make it look like an extra loop at the end. Tighten it. And then that way I can tie it around without it being seen too awful much. I'm going to anchor it to this big honking piece of grapevine right here. Yep, that's Dave. He's coming in. Door slammed. Oh, wait, that one's not even attached hardly. Let's do this one. So he should be popping through the door at any moment. He's in the mudroom. I guess we'll surprise him. Tell him we're crafting. I just wanted to get this one made because I've been staring at it for a while and I had everything to do it and I've been putting it off. And I just really wanted to get it made and get it done, get it put up. Then if, you know, somebody likes it, they like it. And if they don't, I can put it on my door. But I've been staring at everything with it for a while now. Let's see here. Get all this tied in here. Get it placed. I probably could have picked an easier thing to tie into something, but no, let's pick the 2-pound deer antler. That's me. Oh, Gypsy, you going to sleep. You going to sleep. You don't have to be here. You're fine. You going to sleep. I'm not gonna be here super long. It's been for a while until it wasn't. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, and people can get very, very aggressive. I'm going to use those on something else. People can get very aggressive when you do like a craft like this with stuff that they may not like. Yeah. Good night, Jipperdoo. That's what I call her half the time. As soon as the weather breaks and everything calms down, I'm gonna go up and spend time with her. And we'll do some videos. I went and stayed a year ago in August and September. August, September. I can't remember. Anyway, I went and stayed, and I just want to go back and spend some time. I've still got her Christmas presents. I've got to at least take her Christmas present. I'm going to drop something on my toe in a minute. When you hear me scream, that's exactly what I've done. Because whatever falls off the table is going to hurt. Okay, hang on. I've almost got it. This was a bit cumbersome, but I've almost got it. It does add something to the wreath. It really does. Even though it's a pain in the butt, it really does add something to the wreath. Yeah, it's supposed to be warmer here last night, but the nights are supposed to be still in the like 20s. Most of them is going to be in the low 20s. And I was like, I'm over this weather, y'all. This is like the teenage winters when I was a teen. This is the winters we had when I was a little girl, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, that definitely added something. Look at that. And I'm thinking we might need one up here or over here somewhere. I really like that. That maybe up here, that definitely added something. I like that. That added something. Where did I put the other one? Oh, I've got so much crap on me from this thing. Let's see. There it is. Okay, let's see what I can accomplish here. That's not long enough. I think I'll put it here and kind of play on the symmetry. Yeah, I think I put it up here and play on the symmetry between the two. I want to put it somewhere to be seen. Oh, I can hide it under that tail. Ow! China. Okay, I kind of like that. Okay, I found its place. The end of it, the cut end will be hid by the tail. I can kind of glue the tail on it. My chicken. No, I don't, Margaret. Oh, that would be beautiful, Valerie. Hello. We're crafting. Well, we're trying to craft. I'm mostly sweating. There's a ladybug flying in here. Why don't you give me? Will you turn the oven off and turn the timer off while you're over there? That would save me a trip. Where I had to get up twice for it. I'm gonna tie this in here, and then I'm gonna see if I turn it off and turn the timer off. It's done. If I don't like, if I think it needs more, I'll probably add the eucalyptus later because I'm gonna have to go find my glue sticks. But if I like where it is, I'll probably stop after I do this. I might add some white flowers and then stop. And then I'll stare at it for a day or two until I place the eucalyptus, because that's what I do. I stare at things for a day or two until it tells me if it's done or not. And I'll hang it up and look at it for a couple days and decide if it's done. I didn't put near as much leather on this one. That's okay. It's prettier up at the top. Okay. That's what I do. I'm making a trash pile on the floor. Thank you. Okay, do this end real quick. I do have some wheatgrass and some pampas grass, dried pampas grass and dried wheatgrass I could put on there. Valerie, if you find your photos, I'd like to see that. I bet that was pretty. You can, if you find it, let me know, and you can email it to me. My mom had railroad ties around her flower bushes when they lived at I call it the big house at Grandma and Grandpa's old farm. That was pretty. Pain in the butt to get it done, but it was pretty. These have tied better than I thought they would. I figured I would break one, but so far, I might be able to tie that. What's that one? Excuse you. If I were to let him sell this, the shipping would kill somebody. Okay, let's go up here. Let's turn this around. I'm going to tie this at this end. I want it to kind of mimic that one up here. I need a bigger piece of, my nose. I need a bigger piece of leather. Because this one's going to be at the top. It's going to have to really be anchored. Just jump. Okay. I shouldn't need any more. I shouldn't need any more. Okay. Fix this underneath so it looks like just 2 more loops of the gathering knot. And then we're going to anchor it. Okay. And probably since I've got all this fur here, I'm just going to bring it around and nestle it. And anchor this in a big limb back here and then bring it around and nestle it. Tie it in the middle. Creative. And I'm going to hide it in the fur. Cheating. Behind the flower and in the fur. And I may leave some of the leather hanging and put it mix it in around the rest of the wreath. I think I may do that. I may add little leather tendrils with these extra pieces I have here. That would be pretty. Okay, so I've got to tie the bottom, but that puts it. Okay, hang on. That puts it up here, and then this one down here, so it kind of mirrors it. I'm going to anchor the bottom, though. I think that will look nice. Stay. Sit, boo-boo, sit. Okay, let me tie the bottom real quick. At least we know that top's in there good because it hung on to it. Okay. I gotta find one of these twigs on this grapevine to anchor to. Boy, this is not the job to do with nails on. Not at all. Almost got it. Hang on. Then I'll catch up in the chat. I still think it needs some white flowers. Golly bum, go through there. Well, I'm having a problem. Which is normal, I guess. Did it go through? Goodness gracious. It is being a turd. I can see where I want it to go, but I can't get it there. Come on. There we go. I think I got it. My nose is running. What a bad time for my nose to run. Can I get it? Got it. I thought I was going to have to go get my nippers. Okay. Get it back into place and tie. But yeah, I think I may add some leather tendrils. Good night, Denise. Oh, did he get drawn? They how many places do they draw for elk over here now? It's the neighboring county. Yeah, I know, but how many places do they draw here? How many?
I don't know.
They're not many, are they?
Huh?
They're not many.
I don't know, honey.
They have a.
I don't know. I don't deal with it. I don't know nothing about it.
They have a.
They up it every year, but there's just so many.
I took a flyer out of
people can put in, but you just draw so many people.
I know. I was wondering how many people they draw. I didn't know. They do one over at the Royal Blue Management area. I used to drive through it on my way to work and see some of the prettiest elk grazing. I had one jump out in front of the road one time at me. It was like a cow, and I thought, oh Lord, I thought I was going to hit it, but I didn't. That was the scariest drive of my life. I think I'm going to add more little leather tendrils, because if you see right here, it kind of is pretty. It adds something. I like that. So we've got the antler up here, the antler down here, and I think we need some white. I don't know. What do y'all think? We need some white flowers. I mean, the eucalyptus is going to go on there. I'm just going to put a few sprigs on like this side. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think this is pretty. I like this. I think it needs something right here to balance this flower right here that needs to be there to hide the end of the deer antler. I don't know. I think it needs. Does it need something right here? Just right here with this tail right here to kind of keep it up and provide a little bit more volume. I think it needs something. Oh, I've got flowers falling out. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take me a year to glue this thing. I'm not gonna glue it till I've looked at it for a little while, and then I'll glue it, and then I'll place the eucalyptus. Yeah, maybe another big flower. Let's see what I got. Ooh, I got these white. I guess it's gonna be white. It's not gonna kill me to do a white one. I do have blue ones though. I have these on my table. White or blue? I'm kind of liking the blue. Oh no, what do y'all think? White or blue? Keep it with the theme and go white, or put blue? I don't know. I guess the white would go too. Yeah, the white's pretty. Guess the white would go best. Well, I undid my flower arrangement for nothing now. Boy, that glue gun stinks. I like the white. I'm gonna make an executive decision. We'll get there eventually. I don't think I need many of these, just to add a little something. These poor scissors have been through everything. So, what was it? The ACR, I think I said that right, ACR. The, ARC. Something other for, I'm going to smash your toe, for responsible citizenship. They had Oliver Anthony come speak. And he did a speech that was the best speech I've heard, and I don't know. I'll drop everyone in prisons. I don't know how long. And so, if you want to hear something that will make you think, it's the ACR, something other for ARC. Sorry, it's something other for responsible citizenship. And Oliver Anthony, you just do ARC Oliver Anthony to probably pop it up. He did the best speech. It'll make you think. But then I want to revisit SNL. Oh no, bless its heart. Saturday Night Live. Did everybody see the man's name? Tom Hanks on Saturday Night Live, what he did? I do like that green. Oh, So here's something I want you to think about. This is actually in a study. So you know how people go to church and they speak in tongues, which you're supposed to have an interpreter there if you do that. So they wanted to study this. And so scientists began to study it. And they made this funny observation that they then solidified with more testing. Okay, so when you're processing information, when you're speaking and choosing your words and going through your speech patterns, your parietal lobe is basically shut down. Like you can't have incoming and outgoing in your brain. You can only have one or the other, and those areas don't work simultaneously. But what they found in people that were speaking in tongues, that while they were speaking, the parietal lobe was also lit up, which means they were getting and receiving information at the same time. Hang on, I've made a mislip somewhere. Hello, what are you doing? Excuse me. Which they said was impossible. It's never been seen in humans in any other capacity until they did this study. And they've not been able to replicate it with anything but people speaking in tongues, going to church services or having services where they wire the EEG and EKG people up, and they watch them, and by golly, that's what they found. And so they said there's something actually happening here. They said they are getting information from some source, because that's when that lobe acts up. And they're also disseminating information, and they said that should not be happening at the same time. So the scientists are like, there's something actually occurring. And I'm like, dirt. So they now have scientific proof of that, and it stumped the scientists. Like it actually made a few go to church. But I thought that was like the best scientific study that had been done in a long time. And they have not been able to replicate it in any other capacity. They've looked in some other religions, not been able to replicate it through there either, like a same scenario in another religion. These will have to loosen up. They're going to be crinkly until they loosen up. So anyway, I just thought that was just neater than beans. So when Tom Hanks did that thing on SNL, and his character that he was playing as a redneck Trump supporter, which was horrible, I was like, man, you have just shot yourself in the foot, because that was just not nice. But when his character said if more people went to church, these things wouldn't happen, country would be in the shape it's in, absolutely. We now have scientific proof that when religious people are speaking in tongues, they are somehow getting information from some source. Their body's processing information from some source, while they're also disseminating information, which are two lobes of the brain that should not work simultaneously. I read these studies because they're interesting. I'm a nerd that has a master's in psychology. So we have scientific proof that these people are getting information from somewhere. They are getting. It's happening. It's happening. Margaret, you have to read the whole study, but they wired up basically the whole brain. And those were that was what they were looking at mostly, because that one shuts down when anything else is going on, basically. And it was real. I did a quick overview, but it was really interesting. I'm going to go back and probably spend much more time reading about that. Okay, I've got this little bow, and I think I'm going to put it up here with that thing and then drip it down around the flowers. And then we'll make another one to go probably down here somewhere. Well, I can stick it in there for now until I get it ready. That adds something else up there too. And then I'm going to hook these little leather tendrils in at certain places and let them dangle, because I think that's just pretty. I've never put leather in a wreath before, but for some reason I think that's just pretty. So we're going to put leather tendrils. Maybe I could make a little bow. I'm getting snazzy. Yeah, let's make a little bow. Just a little. The smallest piece there is. I just kind of want the tendrils popping out. I need another hand. There we go. That was really interesting. If I go back and read it again, I'll share the link. I was reading that and I was telling Sabrina about it the other day, and then I got sick, so I kind of forgot to. Ooh, I'm going to stuff that one in those white flowers right there, and I'm going to make sure that they all kind of dangle in the same way. It's going to fall over the flowers. That one's going to fall down. I may put one over here. How much more do I have? This is all left. Ugh, this is all I have left. I thought that was a really neat study. I know if I go back and read it all, which I'm going to try to find it and read it all, I've got to go back through my history and my alumni library. And if I go back and find it, I'm going to share it because that was a really interesting study. And I think Sabrina's wanting to see it too. And I wish I hadn't got sick and kind of, the world stopped for a few days. We'll say that. But that's okay. It happens. This one can go over here. Okay. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. Oh, I kind of like it right here. Yeah, let's put it right here. I'm going to put it next to the, no. I'm going to put it next to the white flowers because it makes the white flowers really pretty. Pops with the white flowers. Okay, I'm going to have to glue it and make sure they're all going the same way, but that's okay. Now I'm going to do this other green one. But I thought that was good. I mean, that's a scientific study that shows, you know, answers. For some people, that would be enough proof, you know, to sway them onto getting serious about that topic, you know. Make some people really start to pay attention. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, of course I did. Oh, I found more leather. 2. Very interesting, though. I like to go in and read what they're doing and keep up with it. But, you know, if those people, if the writers at Saturday Night Live would read stuff like that, they would stop with these little stupid jokes. And I wish that people that didn't like another person's way of life would really get to understand it, at least to educate themselves. So that if you truly dislike something, at least you know what you're disliking. That's one of the biggest beefs I have with people. I'm like, you don't know what you're hating. Let's see. I want to put this one under this down here. Now I'm going to put some white flowers above the antler to make it pop. I put the other green one down there. Something like this. Like that. We do it either way. I like this. They can basically hang it any way they want, but I want to do it like it's like that. I like that. And then I got another couple pieces of leather here that I just dumped in the floor again. I like the leather. I didn't expect that, but I do. I like the leather. Okay. And I'm gonna, where I put the leather, I'm probably gonna put white flowers kind of behind it to make it pop a little bit. Oh, I need another piece of leather. I can cut a little one, I guess. Look at this one. That was on the back of that knot. I think the leather added something too. I think the leather and the antlers definitely. And I don't plan these things. I just sit down and I mean, I think about making something, but I don't know how it's going to end up until I sit down and talk to it for a minute. Oh, I've lost the other end of my knot. Where did you go, George? There it is. 15,000 pieces of leather, and I had to find the right one. Yeah, I like the leather too. I think it's pretty. I think it definitely brings something to it. I think I'm going to put this one at the bottom. May switch it out with the other one I just did. Put that one right there. Put a white flower above it. Put that one down here. I'm going to have to glue all this. Put that one down here. Okay, now then, I've got 2 greens. Is that a couple more white flowers, and then we'll call it even on this one. This one's got the little loose flowers. I love it. Yeah, teehee. Okay, here's a funny. Yeah, I've seen now. My daughter, they knew the theme of the movie. I won't say they ever watched the whole thing because I probably wouldn't have let them some of the content in it, but they knew the theme of the whole movie because I would, talk about it a lot because that stuff interests me. And my daughter, sometimes as smart as she is, like 4.0 from University of Tennessee, Knoxville. But every once in a while, she would have what we call wait, what moments, but we later in life started calling her, it was a Nell moment. And she would just kind of space out. She's gone. Like, Earth the child, are you okay? And we would later in her life be like, oh, she's having a Nell moment. And then when she would do it, we wouldn't even say that anymore. We just look at her and go, tee in the wind, tee in the wind. Which is really mean, but that's what we would do. And she knew exactly what we meant, and she'd snap to and start paying attention again. But she'd just zone out, and that's what we do. And we called it a Nell moment, and then we'd get to where she just do it. We go, tee in the wind. Really mean of us. I know. Very funny. There's still a lot of people around here that are like that. Sadly, when they changed the law in what was the late 90s, early 2000s, and they had to disseminate people with mental illness back into the counties of origin. This county got some level 6 people, which requires 2 care staff because they've got violent tendencies. I cared for one at one time. And it changed the whole dynamic of our county, like you would not believe. Those you can eat one if you want to. There's still one there's a breaded one in the fridge.
I'll work that.
And then I'm gonna, with the leftovers, I'm gonna shred and put in a chicken soup tomorrow.
You told me where it was at earlier.
I'm gonna hurt myself. Did you see I dropped those scissors almost right on my foot? Trying to hurry. I shouldn't be trying to hurry. Okay, we added some white. We got the green in there now. And where am I at? Then we're going to have to, it's backwards in the mirror. That's why I get it messed up. Now, imagine I'm going to still put some eucalyptus behind this just to add a little bit more framework. I like that. And I'm going to have to glue the ribbons in and make them hang straighter. I like the colors in this one. It could legit be for any season. And then you could add a couple of punch colors and make it totally spring or totally fall. I like this more than I thought I would. I'm not going to like all the time I have to spend gluing it together, though. I like that. What do y'all think? I think that turned out pretty good to be a foxtail wreath. You like it, Dave? I got a thumbs up. I think it's cute. I like it a lot. Margaret, we don't need to spend any time together. It would not be good. I like it more than I thought I would like it. I'm tickled with the way it turned out. I like it. So that means if somebody else doesn't like it, I'm okay with putting it somewhere in here. And I try to make stuff, you know, because I make stuff for me, and then if other people like it, that's great. I have to say, I'm kind of enamored with this one. Kind of like it. Like for spring, you could take these little things and punch a few in, and then just take them out after spring, and then change to something kind of rusty color, or the blue for fall, summer and fall. That would be, yeah, looks marvelous, marvelous, darling, marvelous. I'm trying to pick up these flowers. So I will be adding the eucalyptus, just a few, not a lot. It's not gonna be gaudy. Oh, put it out. But like you could add these for spring, then add the blue or another, you know, rusty color for fall. I'm gonna put these on my, put them in my flowers here on the table. But I will be adding a few pieces of this in specific places, and I'll be spreading it out. A few pieces of this in specific places behind it, just to add a little vump on that side up there to even out the vump over here. So when they hang it, they have two symmetrical points. Because I'm symmetry, and yeah, it bothers me. I have to have it symmetrical. Good. Okay, I'm glad you like it, because I've struggled with this for a while, and I didn't think it would turn out this good, but I think it really turned out really nice. I think the antlers and the leather were nice finds. And sometimes I just sit here and chit chat, and magical things happen, like when we made that gnome that one night, which he's gone. He got adopted at Christmas. Bert, the wizard gnome, Gandalf. Remember that one? They went crazy over him. They loved him. I've got one stray hair just hanging down. But the people that got him, they loved him. They thought he was something else. I've not made peace with this hair piece yet. But I mean, it's a pretty good match. I just need to add it in. But maybe if I put it in a bun, it would be a talk to Jesus bun. Oh yeah, be a talk to Jesus bun. I'd have to fix it up a little bit. And Lord, yeah. Okay, now how do I fix it back? How do people do this? Oh, my glasses are gone. Okay, well, you know, that's good enough. Yeah, I think a Jesus bun. I think a Jesus bun next time I wear it would probably be appropriate. Not made peace with it yet. We'll make peace with it, because I always pull it over so it matches, because my hair gets really dark right here and it's really light on the ends. May do a Jesus bun next time I wear it. I don't know. Tease it up like Tammy Faye. And put on lots of mascara so I can like direct traffic with my eyeballs. I could do it. I could pull it off. I swear I could.
Pretty much.
I still have some gnomes. I still have a box of gnomes. It's like they plague me. They just follow me around. I told David, I said, you might want to put some on your Etsy store. At this point, I'm just trying to get them adopted out, because I'm like, they're haunting me. They're following me. I think I have this all crooked now. They're following me. They won't leave me alone. So I don't know. I may have them put a few on the Etsy store, just so I don't have so many to contend with next year. I don't know. I ain't made peace with this yet. We could do a big tease up, big honking. I don't know. We'll figure it out. When I do it like that, it doesn't look as good. I don't think. But I don't know. I like a little bit of fluff, but not a whole lot. In the light, it hits the bright spots on this and makes my hair look funny. A Jesus bunny. Yeah. My daughter went with me one day to the next county, and we were shopping, but we had to run by a funeral home too. And we decided to stop at the steakhouse and eat. And she's got hair down to her butt. She's had hair down to her butt for years. And she wanted up. She looks like if she dyed her hair black, she could do Cher impersonations. She's tiny. And she had wadded it all up on those big buns on her head. And she got in the booth with me and hit the light. And I said, honey, Jesus knows you have a bun in your hair. I said, smash it a little bit. And she was like, she hit the light fixture at the steakhouse with her bun in the booth. That's how much hair and she still has that much hair. She had twins and she still got that much hair. Which now the hair is a jungle gym for the twins, which is hilarious. Well, we don't have anywhere here. We've got like 2 decent restaurants. We had to run over there to it's where I used to work, where I used to supervise people, and so I knew all the good places to eat. So we ran by the steakhouse. Yes, it was a huge bun. She's just a tiny little stick of a thing, so that bun was the biggest part of her. And I was like, you're going to land a 747 on your head. You're going to start picking up signals. Punch it down. And she had to punch it down so she could fit in the booth to eat her chicken salad. And it was a huge bun. Yeah, she fusses about it too. It starts pulling her, and I'm trying to get her to use those telephone cord things that makes it look like a braid, but it's not, because she likes to wear it kind of down. She'll French braid it down the side, and I'm like, put one of these telephone cord things in it. I said, my hair's not long enough, but I think yours would be pretty. And she's like, I don't find them in the stores. And I'm like, might grab her one next time. They're only like 69 cents, $1. They're not a lot. They're not a lot at all. But she's got hair down to her honey, and she's got long, say it's like a brownie blonde. Used to call it Mousy until we got it highlighted for her. She looks like a Miss America pageant queen, and I look like security behind her. She's still scrawny. She's still maybe 125 pounds soaking wet, even after having twins. I had babies and just spread to the next 2 zip codes. It's not fair. I look like my grandma. I'm going to dig taters. I'll have a baby and get out there and dig taters in the same day. I need to share a picture of my great grandma on Mama's side for you. Mama's side. And you would understand when I tell you the story about spending time with her and the pony that kicked her, and she didn't even stop picking apples. She just put her bandana on her head and smacked the pony up and then went back to picking apples. I need to share a picture first so y'all see who I'm talking about. And it'll be like, oh. She looks like an extra on all the westerns you've ever watched when they have the natives. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, I think we're done for the night. I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to do some eucalyptus. If I remember when I get it finished and get it glued, I will absolutely take pictures. If I remember, I will try to remember. Valerie, after menopause. Well, you know, I was forced to have a hysterectomy at 30, but I had all those leg surgeries right through there too. So I did horrible. The menopause didn't really bother me. As a matter of fact, I refused to take estrogen. I just wanted to go fishing. I had asked my gynecologist, my OB, I was like, can I go fishing yet? But I didn't take any estrogen, but I had all those surgeries around that. So surgery, steroid. That was a rough time for me. So I'm just now getting crap together. And then my thyroid checks out. But we'll get it figured out. We'll get it there. Yeah, I can't do the hormones. I get crazy on hormones. I mean, I was sitting there watching a movie that you should not be crying at that I've seen 50,000 times, and I was crying. When I knew I shouldn't be taking estrogen, when I was after my surgery and I was on like day 8 of estrogen, and I was sitting there and the Pirates of Penzance came on with Kevin Kline, and I was crying. There's nothing to cry about in Pirates of Penzance. And I was like, doctor, I don't think I need these. I feel better now than I did after, when I was having all the surgeries. Of course, I was having a lot of other problems there too, so I feel better now. And of course, the 120 plus pounds didn't hurt to shed that either. My thyroid apparently got mad at me, but I'm doing okay. We'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off camera. When I get it done, I'll take pictures, put it on the post page, the community page. I'm still going to call it the community page. I don't like the post page. And I'll check in when I get it done, make sure you can see it. Continue to share the Etsy site, the Etsy store, and help Dave out. And if I get the urge to do any other crafts tomorrow, I may pop on again. It just depends on how my energy is tomorrow and how I feel. Y'all, good night, Val. Y'all have a great night. Thanks to everybody that jumped in and hung with me. Thanks to the newbies. I don't normally look this well put together. We'll see how long that lasts. And we'll try to do it again. And yeah, I think stuff I make with y'all turns out better. I get feedback and I'm thinking more. It works for me. I like to craft and chit chat. So maybe we'll do this again. If I have energy tomorrow, we'll see where I go. Thanks for spending time with me. I'm going to let you go. Y'all have a great night. End tonight on a good note. Start tomorrow on a good note. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. I miss my dog.